It is a great honor to be here, and I would like to first extend my heartfelt welcome and thanks to the Honorable Shiksha Mantri ji, who would have joined us online and could not be here with us physically because of certain constraints. Also, our Secretary, Shri T.K. Anil Kumar, who will be joining us online. Professor Pankaj Arora ji, Chairperson NCTE, Professor Rana Pratap Singh, Vice Chancellor, Gautam Buddha University, Professor Chand Kiran Saluja ji, Director, Sanskrit Promotion Foundation, Madam Sukhgeet Kaur ji, Member Secretary, NCTE, some of our distinguished guests in the audience, Professor Akhilesh Mishra ji from NEOS, Professor Shashikala Vanjari ji, Madam from NIPA, Gajanan Londe ji, who is also here closely associated with NCRT and our textbook development, all other delegates from the higher education institutions and teacher education institutions, distinguished guests, officers, officials of NCTE, GBU, students, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure actually to be invited here on the occasion of the 32nd Foundation Day of the NCTE. We are here in a very beautiful campus, and I think the campus reflects the kind of education, the environment, the ecosystem that we should develop for all our institutions. And I think in these very serene and green surroundings, what all we will discuss today during this ceremony as well as in the conference which will follow, I'm sure we will get some very fruitful discussions. This Foundation Day is, of course, specific to the NCTE, and we have just seen the launch and release of a number of initiatives, both in print as well as in the digital media, which reflect its commitment to the academic excellence that they are seeking, the regulatory environment that they are trying to put in, as well as the capacity development that they wish for the teachers' education ecosystem that is there. And I heartily congratulate them for all these initiatives. But I think that the Foundation Day is also something where we go beyond just the institution of NCTE. It's a very good day to introspect on the teachers, the kind of systems that they are working in, the kind of contribution that they make to the educational ecosystem and to our country as a whole. It's very important to also realize these very critical features. As you know, we would of course be following 17th August, 5th August, where we recognize meritorious teachers. And I think one of the first things that is on National Teachers Awards Day, that is one occasion where we come to realize that teachers are not just confined to the classroom. And not only are they not confined to the classrooms, our expectations for them are also go much beyond that. So today, when we look at our country and when we are looking at the Viksit Bharat of 2047, we must realize that today in the age group of 6 to 18 years, we have about 22% of our population is there. In 2047, this will be 16%. We have a very strong cohort which is going to be working in these years. And it is the educational system, the kind of education that they get, which will help us achieve progress not only for the country, but also prosperity for our citizens. In the US, the expected years of schooling is about 16.4, and the labor productivity is $70 per hour. When we look at India, our expected years of schooling is just 12.4, and our labor productivity is about $7 to $8 per hour. This is the kind of challenge that we face. And why this is linked immediately to the expected years of schooling is because this is what teachers are preparing our children for. And I think it's a very crucial time. NEP 2020 anyway put teachers at the heart of the reforms that we are looking at. But it is very important to introspect as to what we are teaching, how we are teaching, and who we are teaching. In my own house, I have an elder child who is part of, quote unquote, the generation Z, Gen Z, but my younger son is generation Alpha. And while we all sometimes get intimidated by our younger generations, but we must also realize that the more things change, the more they actually remain the same. And that is because at whatever has happened during centuries of progress has been due to education and due to teachers ensuring that the children of tomorrow, the citizens of tomorrow, the children of today are able and equipped to meet those challenges. Their language, their vocabulary may change. The skills that they need may change. But for that, the teachers also have to be extremely well equipped. They cannot be just teaching what they learned in the classroom in the way that they learned in the classroom when they were students. So I think it's very critical that these two, the teachers and the students come together. And for that, I think the curriculum and the kind of courses that NCTE is regulating is going to be extremely crucial. These curriculum, the pedagogy that they bring out, whether it is to do with academic subjects or whether it is for skill subjects or any other non-scholastic subjects. So it's very critical that NCTE is able to ensure that translation, the vision for tomorrow translated into the curriculum that we are teaching our students today. And for this, when we look at ITEP, now this is a dynamic program. I do not think that any of these programs that we are looking at in the universities, the higher education institutions are critical partners in this, in ensuring that we are able to address the demands for these teachers. Another thing that I would like to just dwell upon for a few minutes is about artificial intelligence and technology. Again, these are some challenges that we are facing, and regardless of the fact of how we actually use the technology in our planning, governance, in our curriculum, in our lesson plans, or in our assessments, the teacher is the main fulcrum of the child-student life. It cannot be any other thing, and the teacher is so crucial in the kind of values that they impart, in how to use artificial intelligence. So what I'm trying to say is that while technology may look a little, it is an opportunity, it may also support us and help us. But I think we must realize that it is there only to support the teachers in the classrooms, and the primary responsibility of the teachers has only increased with the kind of technology that we are facing. Not just because of the way that we use it, but the kind of impact it has on the child, on the student emotionally and psychologically. So this is why I'm saying that every single day, the responsibility on our teacher for the ecosystem increases. Whether we want our out of school children back in school, how do we ensure that they are back? Again, it is the teacher's responsibility. How do we ensure that they are well equipped for the future? It is the teacher's responsibility. How do we ensure that they are able to use AI in an ethical and in a manner which is compatible with the kind of values that we espouse? And how do we knit all this together for actually ensuring that the future of our country is strong, stable, and capable of achieving the dreams of Viksit Bharat? Lastly, I would also like to say that having seen, I was a student earlier, I had never seen up close the kind of challenges that are faced by teachers. I think the curriculum and the training that is imparted in all our B.Ed, in our teacher education courses must also focus on the well-being of our teachers. And through our capacity development, we should also focus on how the kind of issues that our teachers are facing in the classrooms. And in all that, the Ministry of Education and all our autonomous bodies who are in the ecosystem, whether it is NCTE or it is NCRT, which is responsible for research and training, SCRT or diets or any other, we also must be conscious of the fact that teachers are so critical, but they are also human beings, and we must also work for their well-being, for their welfare. And I think the kind of commitment that our teachers have been showing, and we have just recently, just a few minutes before, we also honored and recognized a few of our mentors. So I think this kind of commitment is very pervasive throughout our teachers' ecosystem, which is of about 1.03 crore just now. So we have over a crore teachers in our country, and I'm sure that we would all be able, with this 1 crore strength and other administrators and educators who are there in the educational ecosystem, I think the current batch of the 25 crore children who are there will certainly have a much brighter future with the kind of initiatives that you all have taken and with the kind of newness and innovation that we have brought into the ecosystem. Thank you very much.